Ndinoda kuti nyika isiwe vanhu vangu inguva yedu hatingatadzi kubudirira Mwari ari parutivi pedu rambai muchirwa 'Cause my hitters gon' die, don't die, the real hitters gon' shine and my people gon' rise 'Cause we're born to win, yeah. I ain't saying this for the same.
Loyalty's my favorite characteristic of God, but finding it in it is hard. It's like trying to find God. You're the only one in your camp with cheese. You pay for everything they eat. Man, that insecurity is deep. Now I ain't said no names. These are just theories. If you hear me, baby, hits home. You must admit it's kinda eerie, baby. Like them chemtrails in the sky. Ain't the selling the slaves, kinda like the combines. We say everything in moderation, but don't do it in moderation. The lies of a gluttonous generation. 10-year-old girl in.
We're back with A Day with Trae, and my first guest needs no introduction because he's Converge family. My family too. André Franklin, BUILD206. What's up, brother?
Hey, what's going on, Deontay?
How you been?
Man, I've been good. Happy to be here.
Yeah, I'm happy to have you here, man. Can you tell us a little bit, let community know who aren't familiar, as if they should already be, on what BUILD206 is about, what we do?
Yeah, for sure. So BUILD206, we focus on issues that impact Black men and boys, but we know there's a lot of intersectionality with that. Our main focus is bringing community together, sharing information, and definitely within the leadership team, the brotherhood is building our relationships, and then that echoes out into the community and building relationships with the community.
Yeah. And what made you get into that specific space of it's community leadership, but also helping people find their leadership in them, which I love.
Yeah. So when I was 23, I lost my brother, and that kind of catapulted me into volunteering and coaching and, learning a lot around what was going on with these kids. And I got tapped in with people like Larry Evans, Mary Flowers, John Page, a lot of juggernauts in community work around here. And just being birthed, just my family, that's really was raised up in the spirit of giving. And, when I lost my brother, I just found out there's a lot of folks that never really get to share their gifts. But we all have gifts. So sometimes, we're just going through the world and making things happen and, going through the rigmarole of what we're told to do or how we're supposed to behave. And so sometimes we don't get opportunities to share our gifts. So, as far as like leadership development, opportunities, mentorship, those types of things is really trying to create space for people to share their gifts and get the information out and let them know that they are great, that they have amazing things to offer the world, even if the world's telling you that you don't.
Right. And I just love how relentless BUILD206 organization is as a whole. We do have a clip that we want to play. Curtis, you got that? I know it was a little bit, but can you walk us through? That was a lot and amazing stuff that we have going on. I see voting, I see wellness. Can you let us know a little bit about some of these workshops?
Yeah, so we got our Build Black Wealth initiative that we're having conversations in community and teaching about conversations around wealth building. As you guys, most people know, there's a huge wealth gap between the Black community and white folks, systematically designed. So we're not learning in school. A lot of times our parents don't know. So we're creating space and opportunity to share information with businesses, Black-led organizations, Black-led businesses, so on and so forth. We have an incubator program with that where we gave 20 Black-led businesses and organizations $1,000 each, and then we're offering workshops that they have priority registration to, but the workshops are open to the community. So this Saturday, I'm leading a workshop on Google Forms, which is an opportunity to streamline communications with your customers, clients, or just get general information. Like sometimes when we did our Build retreat, I'm sending out these links, and it just people are able to fill out information, and you're able to consolidate and cut down on communication and streamline things.
So with Google Forms, and you definitely advise me on Google Forms, but how essential is that to business? How lax is it maybe?
It's very essential because you cut down. If you're doing any kind of business or organize, the community organizes, it just streamlines the process, so it's not a bunch of back and forth. You can get a lot of information up front. There's still going to be communication. There's still going to be back and forth, but let's just say, for instance, like some of the folks that we have do food, they cater or DJ events. And somebody wants to book them for an event. You can send them this link and it's either going to get the time, the date, the location, what their budget is, contact information, billing information. You can get all this information up front. Or say you sell t-shirts, you can get what size t-shirt somebody wants, what color. There's all different types of things that you can retool this. So that's just one of the many workshops. Another workshop that we are working with Sierra, which I've seen her be a guest on here. So we know she's really focused on the inner well-being and making sure that you're healthy and balanced, right? And that's part of building wealth. So we got a series of the Build Black Wealth is health is wealth, because you got to be on point. So we also have home buyer workshops, people helping with taxes, investing and debt management, just all different types of conversations, goal setting for success. So those are our 2 workshops that we're coming up with. We'll be rolling out more. I know they got the link. They'll share the link to our link tree, which has a lot of stuff that we're having. You also can go to our website, BUILD206.com. What else was on there? Voter education. So we have a voter education initiative. So Mr. Nice Guy, DJ Nice Guy is leading that initiative for us, getting the information out to folks around voter registration. Also, we have Office of Labor Standards, so labor rights in the city of Seattle. For anybody working in the city of Seattle, there's a lot of rights that a lot of people don't know. And, we got an amazing project manager who runs that initiative for us. His name is Deontay Dampier.
Well, it's important, right? People need to know their rights.
Yes.
People need to know exactly how to kind of go about that, because a lot of us, especially as Black and brown folks, right, we choose not to participate out of fear, and this just gives us a great opportunity. We're going to be right back after these messages. We're going to talk to Trae Franklin. Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me now? Sorry about that. We had some brief technical difficulties, but we're back here, and I'm here with André Franklin. Now, we were going over some of the initiatives. I think my mic went out around OLS.
Yep.
So
like I said, we have a great project manager on that, which is Deontay Dampier.
Announced. Yeah, I think it's really important for people that work in spaces like Safeways and the Ubers to know their rights in the areas of community. A lot of us don't choose to hold people accountable out of fear or out of not really knowing that, hey, this is against my rights. I have a right to know about wage theft. I have a right to know actually when I have to hold someone else accountable. So I'm really excited about those videos. Shout outs to Dancing with the Rain Media, because Daryl, who's also a part of Converge family, that'll be helping in this space. So
you guys will be working with the investigators over there to do some podcasts, and we'll have that information. And it kind of segues into the partnership that we have with Converge Media. So every Sunday at 7:00, we have a slot where we're airing information to the community, our shows, our podcasts, and so on and so forth. So the OLS podcast will be on there probably in the next month or so. Also, we have the Build Art Break that's on Sundays at 7.
Yeah.
So you guys make sure you guys tune in, and shout out to Converge Media and the whole team over here at Converge for the partnership that we have with them. Brothers United Leadership Development, Converge, have with them. I'm trying to think what else was on there. Oh, also we're working with King County to re-amplify information of where they spent COVID resources, COVID relief funds, or where they didn't spend resources. So it's not just about trying to highlight the good stuff. It's like, okay, did you know that these things happened? So on and so forth. So a lot of information. There's still subsidies out there for childcare. There's still some subsidies for rent. They spent a lot of money on Metro. They spent like a third of the money that they got on making sure that Metro could continue to run and do the cleanings and those types of things with Metro. So we're kind of deciphering, getting that information, packaging it up, and more information will be coming out about that to the community as well.
One of my favorite, the partnership here with Converge is amazing, because there's a show that you do called Stories of the South End, because we talk a lot about the Central District here, a lot. on Converge Media, which is great. But I think that there's a lot of heart that comes from our brothers and sisters and our binary folks from the Stories of South. So do we have a season 2 coming for that?
Yeah, we're looking at that. Right now, we're queuing up the OLS stuff, the Build Black Wealth. We're going to the next thing we're going to be doing interviews on is some of those businesses, Black-owned businesses and organizations, as well as the instructors, because everybody can't make the workshops. So we want to make the information available. But yeah, Stories from the South End. At the end of the day, it's all love. We all struggle. We're all struggling with the same issues across the board. But there's nothing wrong with having pride in the neighborhood that you're from. So I definitely from 98118, you know, the South End.
I love that zip code.
Yeah, and really trying to get information out about how that's the point of that show was really trying to give folks who really struggle with the system and institutions, which is a lot of us, and really trying to show how resilient we are, what we learned, even though we may have been out there doing some things that we shouldn't have been doing. Like there's a lot of life lessons like loyalty, trust, respect, accountability that come from growing up in areas like the South End, the City, and West Seattle. So, so that we are looking at, you know, rolling the second series of that out. Of course, our barbershop series, our salon shop series, and it's expanding our partnerships with like Acts on Stage, Double Dutch Divas. Like we're tapped in with a lot of organizations that are doing amazing things. And that's really what the work is. Many hands make light lifting. If we all can work together and build relationships when it's time to converge, we can make it happen. You know, we can build easy, you know?
Yeah. And, you know, I will say, you know, I've been a part of very many organizations, and on a personal note, BUILD has really helped heal me into the person that I'm newly becoming. I can think of some of my darkest nights. And Dre, you've been so supportive for me, brother. When I say you show up for people, I've had nights where I've literally been losing my mind. And I'm in spaces here because you kept encouraging me. And I'm just very happy to call you brother. I'm happy to call you friend. And BUILD206 is not a game. We really show up for people, man. You are my brother, and I love you so much, man.
I love you too, bro. And that's what it's about, is how do we have real, authentic relationships? Because we have a lot of resiliency within our community, a lot of resources in our community, and a lot of time to kind of do transactional stuff. And that's really a waste of time and energy. It really hasn't moved the needle. You know, that's why we don't really get into programs. We're here to share information and bring folks together. And, you know, like I said, it's how do we provide space for people to grow and make mistakes and still be part of the community? Like we're all going to make mistakes. Ain't nobody perfect. How do we create space where, okay, I messed up. How do I still show up? Or I'm messing up. How do I still show up and still have a safe place for me to go? And how do we get people to where their gifts and they're able to share their gifts? You're super filthy, bro.
Share your gifts in the space.
Share your gifts in the space.
So if you could do me a favor, just look in the camera, let people know how they can volunteer, show up. What's next? Yeah, so the link tree that they're going to drop in the chat, or they might have already dropped it in the chat. There's a bunch of links in there. There's volunteer opportunity. We have weekly newsletters that go out. You know, all of our social media, BUILD206. We're on LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, so on and so forth. Really just tap in. If you all want to make a donation, there's a donation link in there. Also, just go to our website and follow information at build206.com. And, you know, even if it's not with us, there's so much great stuff going on in the community, so many great organizations that are doing amazing things. Tap in with somebody, get involved, or start doing some things yourself. That's really what it's about. In the space. In the space. I thank you, my brother, for coming on here today. We really appreciate you. You know, your Converge family, my family, Bill's family. You everybody's family, brother. Appreciate it. Thanks for having me. No, absolutely.